Hey folks, welcome back to the Origins Summer Preview 2017 with the Dice Tower. I'm Mark and I'm here with Ian from Griggling Games. So tell us what you brought us today.
Hey everyone, I have brought 2nd edition Destination Neptune.
Okay.
Destination Neptune came out in 2014 with okay but not stellar reviews, and I'm going to be the first to admit it, and I'm going to tell you right now up front that I designed the game, I liked the game, but I don't love the game, and I had a real hard time getting it to the table. Well, anyhow, I'm still working on another game, and I had this great idea for a mechanic, and I said, this is what would make Destination Neptune the game it should have been from the get-go.
So what is that? Okay,
well, so the 2nd edition is going to have a few new things. First of all, the cards, the 2nd edition comes with a brand new set of cards. It's 108 cards. And they're all the same sort of types of cards as before, except for they have different types of things they do, similar but not identical.
Okay.
The key sort of mechanic in gameplay is that you can either play cards or draw cards. So games like that, say Ticket to Ride or something like that, the tension is that you want to really play as infrequently as possible because your cards are your resources.
Right.
But because it's a race game, and these locations are exclusive to one player, if you sit too many turns building up your resources, somebody's going to grab all these things from under you.
Okay.
And speaking of that, so if you're familiar with the 1st edition, you'll know that the locations were not exclusive. That's a big change, and what it means is that the race aspect is much deeper and much stronger there. The other thing is that when you play cards, you can play more than one card. So if one of the things you didn't like about 1st edition was that other people could take advantage of your card play, like developing a technology or doing research, you get first shot, and a lot of people didn't really like that. I felt like it accurately portrayed big business and negotiations, and I think that people didn't like to have an accurate portrayal of work in the game table.
Right.
So what's going to happen is that you'll start with a hand of 5 cards plus 2 scoring cards. The scoring cards are color-coded because they're a little bit special. First of all, you'll only get 2 in the game and that people will want to keep track of when they're used so they know who's used them. And they'll also, obviously, and when you play a scoring card, everybody scores, so you want to play them after you've had a great turn and you'll get the most victory points.
Right.
The other cards are technology. There's this is going to allow you to develop one of these technologies here, or research missions, which will allow you to put one of your buttons on the research mission here.
All right.
You've got factories produced. That's how you're going to get more income, or one of the main ways.
Yeah.
Attract investors. That's before you're actually getting income, getting other people to invest in your dream.
Okay.
Build bases, factories, colonies, and fuel broker, which allows you to get fuel at a low cost, and also to get an extra rocket. And
so it's available now, though.
Yes, if you're at Origins today, it is the release date of the 2nd edition is today.
Okay.
It'll be here at Origins, at Gen Con, at World Board Gaming Championship. I'm going to DexCon, and I will put them online on my website. And again, depending on the pickup, we're going to see if we can get a real commercial run and make this the game that I really believe that it should be. My father was one of the team that designed the gyroscopes on the Saturn V rockets, so it's not like he wasn't a gamer, so he could and he's dead, long time, so he doesn't care. But I felt like for me, not having an awesome space game, like going to Florida and watching things happen and knowing he was part of it, to me it's I don't know, it was just, I needed it to happen. So so many of the game world is kind of people who are passionate about what they're doing.
Absolutely.
This is probably, of all my projects, I have done it really with zero anticipation. And I'm just hoping that people especially people who want 1st edition, and we're well, it's okay, but it's try this and then come back to me and say, okay, don't you want to play that over and over again?
Great. So what else did you bring for us?
Okay, I brought a game I'm working on for another company called the Plastic Soldier Company.
Okay.
Plastic Soldier Company released 2 of my titles last year, Victory or Death and Quartermaster General 1914. Quartermaster General is my most popular game, and so both of them are based on that same system. This is not a Quartermaster General game. This is going to be more of a heavy war game. What you're not seeing is the 360 cards that will represent all of the units and tactics that fought on the West Front for the 10 months following D-Day. My dad was also a World War II vet, so, you know, whatever. I guess there's a recurring hero worship theme. Essentially, this is going to be a little bit more like your traditional war game, and but with very few counters, because the counters represent higher echelon units like corps and armies, and the divisions and brigades and whatnot are all in the cards. So the complexity here is not in the rules. While the rules are kind of long because there's little exceptions and whatnot, not too bad. If you play war games, you'll think it's a very easy war game. But for most gamers, it would be slightly challenging. The complexity is because the cards, unlike most war games where you have a very few number of things that you can manipulate, you know, attack, factor, defense, but there's only so much you can fit on a counter, and there's no place for text. These cards, which I apologize for not printing out, but we really just finished the prototypes the other day, allow me to have special abilities for individual cards, like a card game. And so when you do a battle, you move a couple pieces around, and then you're going to play a card game, and and there are dice, unlike my other games, and it's really exciting because you really don't know what's, you know, you're attacking someone, and was it a bunch of like reserve divisions or dummies, or all of a sudden is it like, oh, we landed in Arnhem and there's a Panzer division there.
So is this, you going to Kickstarter?
This is going to be going to be released by Plastic Soldier Company. For myself, it will be on Kickstarter later this year. I'm hoping it will be out for Essen, but I cannot guarantee that. The timing's tight at this point. And I'm not the one who runs the Kickstarter, so I really can't promise. But
so we'll keep an eye out for it. For sure. Well, Ian, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate
your time.
All right, folks, stay tuned for more coverage.